It's Monday night, and you know what that means. Just a Bit Outside radio show, live on the air, live on Facebook, live on YouTube. Share the link, share the love. Click like, subscribe, all those things that the creators are saying. As always, you got Mark, and as always, you got Keisha. Keisha, how is it going?
Hey, yo, man.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
I didn't even say anything funny this week.
I know, I'm laughing at myself and I'm ashamed because I'm on here. Dude, I forgot to make my Monday Night Football picks. So I'm like on these apps. Sorry. And like I looked at I pulled up the ESPN site and my eyes just lit up. So as I'm bullshitting and talking it through, you guys, like right now, yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I got everything in order, man, because, you know, it's a few of these leagues is money on the line, so I got to make sure I get this done.
Oh, wow.
I appreciate yeah, man. I appreciate y'all hanging in there with me. Okay. So, Mark, I'm doing pretty good, man. It's a holiday, for all of us government workers, and I guess some of the other ones out there in the private sector.
Lazy bums.
We got the day off. You said what now?
Lazy bums.
Yeah. Well, listen, I mean, you can't even necessarily say, lazy bums, because if you're a federal employee, God bless you. Yeah. We're going to exclude you from that joke because, I know that's a little sensitive subject. And, for myself, I have several friends that are at the Fed level. And it's, seriously, my heart goes out to them. And, I'm at the state level, so, slightly different rules, thank freaking God. Slightly different leadership, again, thank freaking God.
Slightly?
Well, I'm just, I'm just trying to downplay how grateful and thankful I am for the situation that I'm in right now. For sure. Some of my friends really got it rough. I have one of my closest friends. We talk, several times a week. I'm always checking in on her because she works for DOJ, and it's just got extremely rough. I mean, if you know what the DOJ does, then you can kind of feel or you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
It's always make light of a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it, man. It's just wild. But yeah. Anyway, it is. I don't even know what to call it. It's like Indigenous Peoples something or other day.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's I don't know if it's going to be wrong to say this, but I just can't get the whole indigenous, all of that thing out. So I just say Indian Peoples Day. I don't know if that's right.
Native indigenous people, something.
Yeah, but, it's our show, so we do what we want. I don't know, but it's a holiday worth celebrating, and the actual holiday, because the previous holiday, which we will not name, it was just a crock of shit, and it's good to be on the right side of history.
Yeah.
I want to say, like, for once in our lives, but because jeez, the stuff that's going on right now, it's
I definitely want to be on the right side of the stuff that's going on right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, for once, because I just feel like, okay, we're not going to get into that, but it's a sports show and, relating topics, so let's get back to it. What's going on around town? It's business as usual here in the 410. The Ravens still fucking suck. Yes. Yes.
Hey, you got part of your wish, though.
Yeah. Part of it. I was highly disappointed when I woke up today and nobody had their heads rolling around on the ground. But it's just, Mark, it's just so crazy as a Ravens fan right now. I've been a Ravens fan my whole life. I can't remember us ever starting 1-5, and I didn't have a chance with everything going on this weekend to look that up, but it's rough. And another. You can always tell the state of your team by ticket prices also. Oh, yeah. Okay? As a PSL owner, I look at that as it's an investment.
Yep.
How you plan on getting that return on your investment, whether it be monetary or, the added value to your life of having a good time, it's an investment.
Yep.
Okay, if I was to take my season tickets and sell every last one of them, I could double in normal situations. I am not talking about this season, which I'm going to get to. In a normal situation, you can sell every last one of your tickets and double your money easy at a bare minimum. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's an investment. I can't say this enough. Never in my fandom. Okay, and I'm taking it back to 96.
Yeah.
Okay, where the market value has fallen so far below the face value. You know,
Huh.
we wanted to sell our tickets. We wanted to sell our tickets for Sunday, and you know, tickets in our section were going for like $50 a piece, yo, which is just like,
Damn.
you can't even do it. You know, as a fan who has invested in their team, I mean, it's just, I mean, it's clearly like WTF.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing you can do with it, you know? And, you know, we ended up actually just giving the tickets away to our aunt, who is a super fan. I hope she had a good time. I need to check on her. But, I mean, it's really bad. It's really bad. Now, you know, we started off the season. We're now 1-5 because we took that L. You know, I was telling folks that the Houston game was gonna be bad, and you know, after the Houston game, I said, you know, we got the Rams coming, and it's gonna be worse. I don't know which game was. I mean, I would have to say the Rams game was worse because we couldn't even manage to score a touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, at least we kept it somewhat close.
Yeah, I'm going to say even with holding the Rams to 17 points, but which for me, that I was impressed because I was really expecting them to really smoke us for real. But you know, it was only 2 touchdown game, and like I said, we held them to 17 points. It just seemed like, I don't know, the defense just woke up all of a sudden. I don't know what the hell, but we still got lots of problems on offense. You know, but yeah, man. I mean, it's just really weird to see the Ravens, and you know, I guess, you know, as fans, we, you know, when your team is just, you know, had a certain level of success over an extended time period, you know, you kind of forget that you can hit a valley.
Yeah, for sure.
And not even that you will hit a valley at some point or another.
Happens to every team. Yep.
Yeah. But I mean, Mark, what were your thoughts on Sunday's game versus the Rams? I mean, I heard you kind of, you know, agreeing with me when it came to the defense. Were there any bright spots or any takeaways that you took? I mean, that you'd like to talk about with this past Sunday's game?
Well, you know, not really. I mean,
Right.
I agree with pretty much everything you said, but after signing the dude to a 2-year, $6.2 million contract, maybe they're realizing Cooper Rush isn't the answer for a backup, and
Right.
they finally benched him and put Tyler Huntley in, but by that time it was just, you know, too far gone.
Yeah, and I was going to pose this question to you as well as, you know, the outsiders out there that would like to sound off. You know, I'm going to be honest with you, man. Like, I'm just so disgusted with them right now. I only watched 1 quarter and I cut them off because I just can't fucking do it. I just get so upset. But one of the takeaways from, you know, talking to people post-game was that they put Tyler Huntley in way too late. Would you agree with that sentiment, or did you? I mean, it kind of sounds like you did.
I agree because he did have better numbers than Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
Better completions. Well, I think he did get an interception, but
yeah.
I mean, Cooper wasn't completing anything. Don't get me wrong, like Tyler's drive like stalled and stuff, so like they didn't go down and march down and score points or anything. But you know, it almost feels like the team didn't even want Cooper Rush. You hate to say it because like you hope everyone's professionals, but like you could tell Cooper was frustrated and almost like a kid by themselves on the playground. You could just all by his lonesome. It seemed like, whereas Tyler Huntley, like there's some hustle in there, and I mean he has history with the team. I think people just wanted Huntley, and I mean we'll see what happens. Lamar's expected back. So hopefully we don't even have to address who's starting. But, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Cooper is like number 3.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with all of that. You made a very interesting point about the effort and the interest of what you perceived to be happening on the field, and the last time we talked a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about, we made mention of attitudes in the locker room, frustrations in the locker room. You can't help but wonder if some of that is starting to, spill out in the field of play.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And, and going back to coaching again, I'm not going to stop talking about it until the last game is played this season. But it's your responsibility and your job as a coach to, lead your team, direct your team. And when I say that, corral your team around the next man up.
Yep.
And from your perspective, doesn't look like that's happening.
Yeah, for all the next man up talk that they have, like the depth that we have not shown in these losses has been ridiculous. Yeah. Well, the one thing we do have to look forward to is, like you said, man. I mean, we have a bye week this week. Thank God, because I don't even know if I could stomach another. Like seriously, it's just. Unbelievable. But in 2 weeks, we do have a game against Chicago, Sunday, the, what is that, the 29th, I believe? Or no, the 27th? 27th, I believe, yeah.
26, sorry, there we go. 10-26. 1 o'clock game against the Chicago Bears, which is, I mean, thank you, God, for working in our favor. At this point, because, we're in desperate need of a dub, and we should be able to get that dub, by 2 touchdowns. It's a perfect time to play. It's a perfect time for Lamar to come back, work those kinks out, because, when you're out of that game for a couple of weeks, man, I don't care what anybody says. It takes at least one game to get back in the swing of things. So, practice just doesn't do it.
Yeah.
So, that is working in our favor. Defense is trending in the right direction. Lamar comes back. Unfortunately, I just don't know. I think we're kind of out of time.
Think so?
And I would like to hear your thoughts on this too. I mean, dude, Pittsburgh is 4-1 right now.
Yeah. They've kind of had an easy schedule, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, we can go over this, and I want to because it's relevant. Because it's like Pittsburgh and everybody else. It is. Shit. I mean, come on, man. Us, Cleveland, we're 1-5. Guess what? Bengals aren't much better. They're 2-4. So it's them and everybody else.
No,
okay.
I was laughing because Harry put in the YouTube chat. I actually hope Lamar doesn't come back and we lose to the Bears and Dolphins.
Oh, fuck, man. Jesus Christ. You just want people to be committing fanticide out here, like.
Burn it down!
I mean, right, dude. It was so funny. When I was at the Houston game, I hit the family chat, like, and I was serious. I was like, man, they're about to burn down this club level. I've never seen so many people on the club level. You know, that's the place of joy and happiness.
Yeah.
Pissed the fuck off at that game. I mean, it was nuts. I mean, people just falling out all over the place, falling out on the couch, falling out in their chairs. But let's get back to the Pittsburgh Steelers. You said that the rest of their schedule is fairly easy.
That's what I thought I heard. Well, no. For the Steelers, the rest is harder.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. I think they got it's a tough road ahead. I mean, let's go over it.
Okay.
All right. They got their next game, which, you know, is not a formidable opponent. It's against the Cincinnati Bengals, but it is going to make it tough because of the simple fact that they'll be playing at Cincinnati on Thursday. That's a quick turnaround.
Yep.
Yeah, Cincinnati played, but Cincinnati's already at home.
Yep.
They don't have to travel. That's a major factor. Joe Flacco will also be getting his second go at it with his new squad. They started off a little rough, but they started to pull things together in that second half, and you could kind of see what the vision was with the Cincinnati Bengals.
He held it together against the Packers. Like,
yeah,
you could see it.
Yeah, and that's something to be said. So that is not going to be an easy game, you guys. Then after that, you got Green Bay on the 26th. That's going to be an ass kicker of a game. Then you got the Indianapolis Colts, who have also been playing extremely well. Then after that, Jesus, you got the Los Angeles Chargers, and I'm just going to stop right there. You know, I just named 4 games. And they could potentially lose 3 of them joints.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Right? So, that does bode well for the Ravens, who are trying to, you know, kind of claw their way back into this thing. Or if you're just one of those fans that still want to keep hope, you know, I'm not, but you know, if you are, you know, let's look at our side of the schedule.
Okay.
I feel like we have it a little easier, Mark. Our next 4 games, let's see here. We got Chicago. We got Miami. Okay. We got Minnesota, and we have Cleveland. The tables could turn. We could potentially win 3 of those games.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and if we do this, right? If we do this, I believe it would put us just if we'd be right beneath Pittsburgh, maybe, you know, a game or 2 out.
Yeah.
So, and almost almost the second half of a season to go. So, you know, I mean, the numbers, it's mathematically possible. It's mathematically possible.
Oh yeah.
They just, I mean, they've got to get it together, though. You know, I mean, they just really have to pull it together. The coaching, I mean, I just don't know what it is about the Ravens, but these guys got to learn how to make adjustments in the second half. It's just the same old song for the past couple of years. Yeah, they got to pull it together. It's doable, though.
Yeah. I've looked at the rest of the schedule, and I think it's perfectly feasible, assuming everyone stays healthy and we get the other players that are out back.
Yeah.
I think they could go 8-3 in this last 11 games, but even then, that's a 9-8 season.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, we said 2 weeks ago how important it is to have at least, you know, football is a sport where you can't start off slow, like in the hole. And we are in one hellified hole.
Yeah.
You know, we said it 2 weeks ago. In football, it is so important how you start off your season because, football is a very grueling season. It's not long, but it's grueling. That's why it's not long. Towards the end, towards the end of the season, when you have all these injuries that you're dealing with, man, all teams. I don't care what anybody says. All teams do it. All teams look over their shoulder and look back. Especially if you're in a tight situation.
Oh yeah.
The coaches will always like to say, "Oh, well, we just like to focus on what's ahead." Bull crap. Okay, everybody shoulda, coulda, wouldas. But yeah, so that's that. No more Ravens talk, but we do want to acknowledge. Not only did the Ravens lose to the Rams, the Ravens family, the flock, we also experienced another L. And to me, it's this L is greater than losing one game.
Yeah.
Okay. Super fan Wes Henson, better known to Ravens fans and the NFL as Captain Defense, passed away at the age of 74. Very sad to hear that, and crazy wild because I remember us talking last season about how I hadn't seen him. I hadn't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen him at all at the beginning of this season. And if you're a Ravens fan, and when those staple fans or folks or whatever, when you don't see them, you immediately know something's wrong because there's nothing in the world that would make them miss consecutive games. I'll even say that.
Yeah.
But he was great. He was affectionately known and always seen at the bank with his captains. It was like purple and white captain's hat and fatigue pants, boots. I mean, he literally looked like, I don't know, some type of Raven street fighter or something. Like, seriously, I mean, my man was in shape, even, at the age in his 70s, still had a pretty decent physique and everything. And, he was out there every game taking pictures. I have several pictures of him throughout the years. I know our resident sports bae, Jana, she put a nice post up on social media, lots of pics with him. But a very, like I said, huge loss to the Ravens community, to the flock, man. And, Mark, I'm pretty sure I can also speak for you when we say that, our hearts and our prayers and our thoughts all this week will be going out to Mr. Henson's family, man, as well as him, because that's a big L.
Yeah, definitely.
Big L. Horrible news. And God, it makes, I think I'm going to have to do a deep dive after this, because you know what? I haven't seen Real Fan Dan in months either.
Huh.
And Real Fan Dan, for all of you that don't know, he's another gentleman, super fan for the Ravens. He's this huge, bald guy. And, he's known for hyping up the Ravens crowd. He's known for, even in December and January, taking off his jersey, bare-chested out there, swinging his jersey around and getting everybody hype. And for my season tickets for the Orioles, he had seats like 5 or 6 rows. I mean, I'm sorry, not rows, sections from me. We could look across the way and see him.
Nice. And
he'd be doing the same thing as he did with the Ravens. He would be getting them, pumped up, doing O-R-I-L, spelling out the Orioles in the way that he does, just like he does with the Ravens, But I have not seen him in months. And you know, I'm trying to think. I don't know if I've seen him at all this past season, and you know, and I'm a little worried about him. So if anybody knows anything that's listening knows anything about Real Fan Dan, please put it on the feed. But I'm gonna start hitting up my connections and asking around because, you know, I just feel like I should with this recent news.
Yeah.
You know, and Real Fan Dan, he's got to be, you know, he's probably a little bit younger than Captain Defense. So, you know, we all know as we age, health issues come into play. But, you know, I just like to be informed because, you know, they are part of the things that makes Baltimore sports so great.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so, yeah, man. Captain Defense, do you have any thoughts or any Captain Defense stories that you'd like to share yourself? I mean, I know you're kind of somebody that, you know, yes, you're a transplant, but it's home to you still.
Yeah, yeah. I just know, like, you know, he had such an impact on the fan base. Not a single person that had met him had a negative thing to say, but more so just what he did for the community. He didn't have to, but he was such a giving person. He was always doing charity events and helping the less fortunate. And you hear, like, he had survived cancer and he had gone through a whole lot in his life. And, you know, you wouldn't blame the guy for just wanting to take it easy in his golden years, but he didn't do that. He didn't slow down. He was out there and not just cheering on the Ravens every week, but doing these things like philanthropically and just he was an amazing guy to have as a figurehead for the fan base, but also just a great look for the city.
Absolutely, and well said, Matt.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know, like Mark said, I mean, he gave a lot of his time, and as far as like the community work, you know, he was also known for coming to the schools and making appearances, yeah. And you know, just really all around a good individual. So that's it for the Ravens. And one other little thing about what's going on around town, or what was going on around town this past weekend, was the Fells Point Festival, which is a big thing here in Baltimore. And it's, you know, your normal festival. You got the drinks, you got the vendors, you got the live music. One of the things that makes the Fells Point Festival so cool, they have the ships pull up, and you can, you know, walk up on the ships. And I was down there, and I walked aboard. I believe it was a. Hold on, let me think, because I got to think of the flag. It was light blue. I want to say. Well, okay, all right. I just looked it up. It was actually an Argentinian fleet ship.
Oh, wow.
And was able to walk on there, walk around, take some pictures. Super cool. And, you know, a lot of fun. And, you know, even with the weather and everything, it was still a good look, man. You know, I really enjoyed myself, and I hadn't done that in a while. So it was nice to go out there and, you know, do something a little different.
Yeah.
You know? There's also something, like, really weird that is also going on, particularly down at the Inner Harbor, and it has to do with the water.
Uh-oh. How many bodies?
No, this is science, bro. This is science. So right now, what we are experiencing is what they call a pistachio tide. Okay?
Oh. Is it where it changes?
Did you hear about that?
Well, I remember a couple years ago there was something where, like, the color just changed. Just, like,
yeah, it's like neon green.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre, and it has like a kind of smell, but there's something that happens with the climate that and the sediment that's already like at the bottom, I guess at the bottom of the harbor, that it like rises up or something like that, but completely changes the color of the water. So I was able to get a good look of that up close as well. So that was just like an added element to the Fells Point Festival, because it was just it was really bizarre to see it on all of my years. Lived here my whole life, and I just never remembered that ever happening before.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, so let's keep it on the gridiron. We have a double dip in football tonight. Lucky us.
Right.
First game is going down right now. We have let's see here. We got the Buffalo Bills and the Atlanta Falcons. Christ, we thought that would be a nice pushover game, but it doesn't seem like it. Not starting off. What the hell is going on in football? I mean, it's just nuts. Atlanta Falcons currently have a 7-0 lead.
Nope.
Over what?
The Bills actually just scored a touchdown.
Oh, thank God. Okay, now I can continue on with what I was gonna say. Oh, okay. So now we got 7-7 game, Buffalo Bills. Good stuff, good things. The Buffalo Bills are rolling. Everybody's really happy with them, right? I mean, they're like the freaking darlings of the AFC, rightfully so. I'm not a hater, but I am. Josh Allen has been doing just really good, leading his team. I'm fully expecting them to win this game. You set it off as 3.5-point favorites. You guys, you got time. Go ahead, put it in. I love it. And the odds might even be slightly better now since Atlanta scored first. The over/under, I believe. Jeez, it was like. Do you remember what the over/under was? I think it was like 40, maybe like 43 or 44.
I don't remember, but that sounds about right.
Yeah, I think I do. I think it was 44. So, all right. So let's really quickly go through the odds. And we'll just use the opening odds, like I said. Buffalo Bills 3.5. You like it or nah?
Oh yeah, I'd bump it up even.
Yeah. Okay. So we're both locked in on that. Yeah. Easy money pick. I'm not going to talk about the total points because it's kind of cheating now, because we know how we know how many they've scored already, and I do believe that they'll go over the 44 points. And with this game going, you got 14 points already, 8 minutes left in the first quarter. Yeah, there will be more points scored. Buffalo loves to score points, and guess what? It's great because Atlanta loves to give up the points. So expect a lot of. If you want to jump on those props, take everything that has to do with the Buffalo Bills. Everybody's going to eat. It's going to be fun if you're a Bills fan. Okay. Let's talk about the next game, which I think this game might be a blowout as well, to be honest. I mean, we've got the Chicago Bears visiting the Washington Commanders. Yes, the Bears are 2-2, but they're not fantastic. And the Washington Commanders are 3-2. I think they've still got a little growing to do.
Yeah.
We've got a nice matchup between Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams. That could prove to be fun. The odds opened up as the Commanders 4.5. I think that's pretty respectable. Over the past hour or so, though, it did jump up to 5.5. So you know what that means. People are dumping the money. Point total is currently at 48.5, down from 49.5. So yeah. Easy money pick for me is like, take the Commanders and the points all day. I mean, I do. I think this could be at least a 10-point game.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do. They're supposed, even though I hope he doesn't do well, they're supposed to be getting Deebo Samuel back. On my fantasy team, right? I have 104 points. My opponent has 97 points, but his last player for tonight is Deebo Samuel. I think he is playing. When I checked right before the show at like 6:30, he was still listed as questionable. So it would be a miracle if he didn't suit up. I'm going to check as soon as we get offline. But yeah, I think that. I do. I think that the Commanders can handle this. They had a pretty decent win last week.
Yeah.
Or I should say the last game against the LA Chargers, where they beat them by 17 points. So if they can beat the Chargers by 17, can they beat the Chicago Bears by 10? Fuck yeah. I mean, that's just my logic behind it. And I think they have the better team. You got any picks for the second game of the double dip?
I don't know, because now you got me thinking like you're fully expecting like a 10-point game or whatever, and that last Bears game they kind of made it seem like Jaden Daniels or Caleb Williams' coming out party almost. How he's able to come back and everything, and maybe it'll be a first test of that. Maybe it'll just be just a normal NFL game, as if there's anything like that.
Yeah,
man, because I wanted to go take Bears on the spread, but now you got me thinking. I do think.
Yeah, you know what? Let me just add a little more on top of that shit. Okay? The Chicago Bears 2 wins. Let's not be deceived here, everybody. Okay? Their 2 wins against damn Dallas Cowboys, who is absolutely booty huff. I am so they have burnt me 3 of the 6 weeks. I'm never betting on them again for the rest of the season.
Who told you to bet on them? Jesus.
Huh?
Whoever told you to bet on them?
Yo, you can't. Okay, wait a minute, hold on. We'll get to Dallas in a second. Let me finish off this. Let me finish this thing off, man. Because he pissed me off yesterday. And then their last win. You said come from behind win. Let's get the Las Vegas Raiders, who are not. They're not good either. I mean, like seriously, they squeaked out. They squeaked. They just lost their first game against the Minnesota Vikings, but they got their ass completely handed to them by the Detroit Lions. Somebody that is tried and true, a legit team.
Yeah.
So, not saying that the Washington Commanders are the Detroit Lions, but. They're significant. I would say the Commanders are significantly better than the Dallas Cowboys in Las Vegas. I do not want to go on a cursing spree, but I'm just so disgusted. I'm just so disgusted right now. And the Las Vegas Raiders. So, that's just a little more food for thought for you, Mark.
Okay. Yeah. I do kind of want to go over on that point total, though. I think they can put up some points, both teams.
Oh, yeah. I was kind of shocked that the total points went down. I'm going to agree with you. We're going to go against the money on this.
Okay.
We're going to go with the over?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Good things. Now, I'm only going to take a few minutes. Let me talk about damn Dallas Cowboys. You know, I'm going to tell you somebody. We actually talking about, you know, Harbaugh needed to be fired. I have another mug out here that really needs to be fired because he has just messed this franchise up. It hasn't been shit in like 2 decades. I am absolutely 100% disgusted with the Dallas Cowboys. I was absolutely disgusted that they lost to the Carolina Panthers yesterday. And it was like, yo, also too, you had the game in the bag. Like and I don't know what's up with I know what's up with the defense. I know what's up with the defense. You let that boy go up to Green Bay. Now you don't have no leadership. And the team, I mean, it's just, oh my God, I am disgusted with them. Jerry Jones needs to find another hobby.
Yeah.
Okay. Seriously, he needs to find another hobby or let somebody else, you know, or take a different position. Because this man don't know he doesn't know the finger from the asshole. I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's you know what, who it's the worst on? Forget the fans. It's the worst on Dak Prescott.
Oh, for sure.
Because he's good. He's actually good, you guys. There are at least 5 or 6 NFL teams that would take him right now. Yep. Okay? 2 of them are in our own division. Okay? But yeah, that's just my little rant on the Dallas Cowboys. I have a DNB list. It stands for Do Not Bet. And goddamn it, the Dallas Cowboys made it on the list this week. I was telling my homegirl, like, you know what? I'm tired of cussing them out. This is the 3rd time this season. I am not doing this anymore.
Nope.
Yep. Dak, I am so sorry. Because, like I said, I do like him, even though he's like that team is like America's enemy. You either love him. You either live in Texas and love them, or you're a transplant somewhere and love them, or you absolutely hate them. You know, but you know, I'm a big Dak Prescott fan, and I just feel so bad for him.
Right.
Yesterday's loss was just unbelievable. Disgusted. Okay. Let's hop off of the gridiron. Gosh, talking about ass whippings. Let's go ahead to the baseball diamond. We are in the championship series now. ALCS, NLCS, fully underway. We're in the 2nd game between the Seattle Mariners and Toronto Blue Jays. Holy crap, talk about unusual suspects.
Right.
Man. And yes, I am going to say it. The Toronto Blue Jays beat the brakes off the New York Yankees. And you know what? What's going on with the Yankees, man? Talking about fantasy, I'm pretty sure that there are some fans out there that wanted to jump from the rafters when that series was said and done. Right. I mean, holy hell, Vlad Guerrero Jr. just came alive. And in a lot of ways, I feel like the Yankees did not show up.
Yeah, they just kind of disappeared there. And
yeah, and this is like the 2nd year in a row, I kind of want to say.
Well, last year, didn't they make it to the World Series?
Okay, no, I'm sorry. 2 out of 3, because the one before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, you guys. Yeah, 2 out of 3. You know, do you think they're going to be making some changes?
I think they need to make some changes regardless, because we all know they're one of the biggest payrolls, if not the biggest payroll in baseball every single year. And for a long time, they didn't even make the playoffs, much less the series. Yeah. And their ultimate goal is always going to be the World Series. I don't think they're going to move on from Aaron Judge or anything, although he's had some troubles this season. But I think that, we're going to see some changes with the Yankees. And they're always going to strive for that series.
Yeah. Yeah, and, you know, big ups to the Seattle Mariners, because I did not think that they were going to come out of that series.
Right.
Detroit has been hot. The one thing about that series that I fully appreciated, and I'm gonna go and say the same thing for the ALCS. I love a battle between two blue collar teams.
Yeah.
You know, and that division series. Oh my gosh! I mean, in both conferences or whatever, in the AL and the NL. Because there was something very similar going on between the Brewers and the Cubbies, and it's just like I really wanted the Cubbies and the Tigers to walk away from the series, right? Because to me, I just felt like they were more deserving, and I liked their squads a lot better than their opponents. But both teams took L's. I mean, both series went to 5 games. I mean, it was exciting.
Yeah.
It was exciting, and right now, Toronto's getting a little taste of their own medicine because they're getting their ass mollywopped in the 7th inning. It's 10-3, and I'm kind of shocked.
Yeah. And Seattle won the first game, so this will put them up 2 games headed back to Seattle.
Yeah, I was gonna say Seattle's looking like a team of destiny right now. I don't know.
Oh, it's crazy.
Let's talk about that. Talk about that NL. We have game 1 tonight, which I don't know, man. Milwaukee Brewers are battle tested. At first, like my knee jerk thought was, oh, the Dodgers are going to run away with it like the Aces.
Yeah.
But the Brewers have been surprising us surprising me all postseason. So why stop now?
Yeah, and like honestly, I didn't pay attention to the Brewers all throughout the season, and then like last month, you hear how amazing they are. Just like what, and then you see.
That's why I said they've been surprising us. They have been doing it right. It's just like, oh shit, and everybody else that hasn't been paying attention to them because it's again another blue collar team. It's not really a sexy team.
Not our division or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a staple that you're going to hear about if you solely rely on the media to give you what's going on. Like, you're not going to hear about the Brewers on ESPN every night. let's keep it a whole buck. But
right.
Yeah, I mean, popped up and showed out, and they finally made it to the big show. The Dodgers are just an absolute complete team.
Are they?
Oh, you think they'll have some trouble?
No, I think they're a complete team. But I don't think they're like, what's the word? Infallible. I mean, they've had their stumbles and whatnot during the season. I think, I think there's a strong possibility we're going to see like Milwaukee and Seattle in the World Series, and the MLB is going to be like, well, what are we going to do to salvage ratings now?
Right on. Okay. But you don't think that the Dodgers are going to walk away as winners of the NLCS?
I don't think so. I think the Brewers like.
I love a bold prediction. Okay, Mark. Wow. Okay.
Maybe it's just
and why do you think that?
Maybe it's just because I was like you, like I really saw the Cubs walking away with it, and like I said, I didn't pay attention to the Brewers all year, and now that like we're forced to watch them because they're in the playoffs, you're like, this team is something.
Right.
Wow. Like, there's something to watch, and. I don't know, the Dodgers, like, they're so up and down at times. Sometimes it's just, and the Brewers are hot right at the right time. That's what the playoffs are, anyways, being hot at the right time.
Yeah. I mean, I still maintain that the Dodgers have one of the best lineups that I've seen in a while. and it's just really hard to keep them down for long throughout a series.
Yeah.
It's I agree with you. Like the Mariners look like a team of destiny. Starting to look like a team of destiny. Brewers look like a team of destiny. They could definitely challenge the Dodgers. When you look at the thing on paper, though, it's just like I said. I mean, I just can't get away from that gut feeling of, I'm not sure if they'll be able to hold them down throughout the series.
Yeah.
But hey, man, I'm getting my popcorn ready. I think it's going to be a good deal.
Yeah.
And Mark's going with the Brewers. I'm going with the Dodgers. Did you give a pick for the Mariners Toronto series? I'm going with the Blue Jays.
I think I've got to go Seattle on that one.
Okay. Oh, damn. It's okay. I love it. All right. So there it is. Baseball Diamonds. Plenty of baseball to be played over this next week. It's going to be exciting, and we're all looking forward to it. So that's the beginning of one finals. We had a conclusion of another finals last week, and that was WNBA. Man, insane. Las Vegas Aces, for the third time in the history of the franchise, are WNBA champions. Asia Wilson was just phenomenal. Mark, I wanted to ask you this because you have been a fan of her since college, right? And I wanted to ask you, and this goes for the outsiders too. Feel free to chime in. Is she the greatest basketball player to ever play women's basketball?
Oh man, see, like the easy answer is yes, just because she's the current thing, the thing that's on your mind, and the things that she did this season that hadn't been done in the WNBA or the NBA is pretty phenomenal. But then, I was there when the WNBA came into existence, and you saw Lisa Leslie and all the OGs, and it's hard to not want to go with the OGs because they're what made it happen. But I think 10 years from now, when she's retired and everything, there will be a strong argument that says that she's the MJ of the women's league for sure. Yeah,
I totally agree with you. I will say, Game 3, that Game 3 winner over who's that? DeWanna Bonner and Alyssa Thomas.
Yeah.
One of the coldest shots in basketball history. It's right up there with the Game 6 winner with Michael Jordan. To be honest, and what made that thing so cold is that there is nobody out there. That includes the NBA. Like I said, I had a game winner over the goddamn married couple in the playoffs. I mean, seriously, is that not a flex? Dude.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
That is a hellified flex. And you know what? It was at that point, I was like, man, this the nail in the coffin. Because goddamn it, the Phoenix was supposed to win that game.
Yeah.
They had come all the way back. They were supposed to win that game. And she just put the nail in the coffin of the series, man. Yeah. I was seriously hoping that I would get at least 5 games. Hell nah. Hell to the no. I'm ending this shit now. And that's what they did. So big shout out to the Aces. You know what else? Who else we're gonna shout out, Mark? We're gonna shout out Sports Bay. Big shout out to Jaina because she is heading out to Las Vegas in a couple of days for the championship parade.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and we were talking on Saturday about her possibly, going live. Maybe she might be able to tag us.
Oh, okay, cool.
To the feed, and then that way, the outsiders can get a live look in. So I told her, I'll talk to you about that. We can talk more offline about that.
She's got a good friend of the show too, that works for the Aces. Is she going to be in the parade, or is she like hanging out with Deandra, or?
Okay, yeah, I'm going to say, we've had Deandra on the show before. She's definitely linking up with Deandra. Big shout out to Deandra as well. She had a post game with Asia Wilson and the Aces and Coach Becky. I mean, she's a big dog for the Aces. So she's definitely going to be hooking up with her. So who knows? What that live looking will be like. But nonetheless, she will be fully present. And I'm telling you, outsiders, if you're able to, lock in with us, you're going to want to do it because Jana don't half step. She never half stepped, so it's definitely going to be something nice.
Nice, awesome.
Yeah. Let me look at this menu here. I think we hit everything. Mark, you got any real on wrestling or anything else you want to put out there before we sign off for the evening?
Nothing right now.
Okay. That's how I like it. And that's the way I like it. Okay. All right, you guys. You know how we in this show, Baltimore spread love, yo. It's starting to get cold out there, so you know what it is. It's cuffing season. Y'all better put that work in, baby. As I am out there putting that work in as well. So trust me. Spread the love, give hugs, stay clean. Holiday season is rolling around. We don't want to take the germs into the holiday season, so do what you got to do. All right. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We sincerely hope everybody enjoys the rest of your week. I am Keisha, and on the other end of the line, my favorite slice of pizza, Mark. We are just a bit outside. Peace.